Okay, this is a live section already. So, okay, I share my screen first. Ayo. Okay, sure. Okay, so good morning. Good evening. Try the screen first. Okay, this is a start. Go here. We use so this is a live section for our YouTube. Please ask your friend to join as well because this is quite the exclusive one from the experienced teacher today. So we got Mr. Hasman also to introduce us on the SPM seminar. So if you want your friend to join as well, please ask your friend to join in now. The link is in the beside there. So I will share the link as well in the banner to ask you to give comment as well. So for those students who want to join, you can ask them to join as well from the link and also to get the free certificate. Okay, so there's a free certificate for you today. So please ask your friend to join as well. Okay, we will start in another 3 more minutes. So okay, there's a link over here. So while waiting, we just want to say hi to the presenter today. Presenter, you can unmute. You can unmute your mic as well and say hi to the others.
Hi.
You got Mr. Hasman. We got Mr. Harif as
Hi,
well.
Hello.
everyone. How are you? Okay, thank you very much
Wow, we got
for
nine
having us
views here.
today.
We got 9 views.
Okay, thank you very much for all the SPM student teachers as well. We're very happy here to share the technology that inspired from our lecturers for us to share with you guys the strategy for graphing the quadratic equation. Okay, so hopefully
Please ask your
that
friend to join as well. Yeah.
yes, please ask
Please,
your
please,
friend to
please.
join
You
as
should.
well. Okay,
Yeah. We will start at
all right.
another 2 more minutes. Yeah. We got Mr. Harif also. Mr. Harif, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine. So I'm very
How
excited
is it
to
your first
join
time
this
to join
program.
here? Yeah,
Yes,
is
this
it the
is my
first time to
first time
join
to
here?
join this kind of
Mm,
YouTube program. Yeah.
yeah.
So thank you for inviting. Yep.
Thank you for reminding, right? So you can. So friends, please ask your thing also. Okay, so I also asked somebody to join. So this is the only exclusive. Today we're going to start from exciting section about the how to graphing the quadratic equation because a lot of students like always you say that is the first chapter of the form 4, so they'll find it very stressful to learn about this quadratic equation because they cannot imagine the graph, why the graph got a curvy shape, why it's not a straight line. So hopefully by the end of this section student will know about what is the quadratic equation actually, and also by hope of technology, we hope that they will learn also how to do it. Okay, so this is a very exciting section because we got SPM markers here as well. We got the student representative as well to explore on the technology. So this will be the exclusive days for you. Yeah. So without further ado, it's almost like 8:30. So I would like to thank you all to coming. Okay, so thank you all to coming. So this is just the introduction to you all. So we today we got two speaker, which is me, Mr. Desmond Tam. So I'll introduce myself later, and then Mr. Hasman as well. So before we start our section, also we want to thank you for the our crew member to help us to do the section, we make it happen. So we want to thank you for them. For example, Miss Manvin for the GeoGebra specialist. So later we will learn one exciting technology about GeoGebra, and also the second supporter for the GeoGebra, the technological specialist, also Miss Fatima. So both of them are the experienced school teacher in the primary school. Okay, as well as we got the consultant Miss Amadi, and then and so on. We got the technical support today. So any comment, Mr. Mahesh will help us to answer your reply, hopefully in a very quick one. So student, you can ask your friend also to put it in that. Okay, and also we got Miss Yinxia and also Miss Dujuan for the backstage. Okay, to make it all happen. So we cannot we need to make a credit for them for making such a big thing to happen. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to start with the first part, which is the presenter. Okay, so as just now you can see, there's a Mr. Hasman Jazimin. So he got more than 16 years of teaching experience in mathematics and also a SPM marker. So if student you want to ask for any question about how to score, how in mathematics, SPM, no matter which level, you can ask him as well. So he tried his best to introduce the technology to you because he think that math should be learned in an interactive way. So how should we learn that? So later we keep an eye on that, how Mr. Hasman is going to introduce to us. And the second presenter is me, which is Mr. Desmond. So I'm Mr. Desmond. I'm the experienced teacher and also the SPM marker as well. So I try to bring the fun and meaningful way to teach mathematics because whenever they learn about mathematics, some of them is very bored of them. But because of the teacher itself, because of me also, they feel very fun to learn it. So hopefully we can bring the same excitement also to all the other students, no matter from which state are you. You can just watch the YouTube, and then that is going to give you an exciting moment for that. Okay, and then today, not to forget, we got the student presenter as well, which is Mr. Harif Aflan. So he is the ex-student in the Mantap Diraja Tentera in KL. So he's excited to share about his knowledge, his understanding on the GeoGebra, which is a technological software. Hopefully, will make the student and all of you to understand how to do the quadratic equation. And because the reason why we involve him is because he's very active in the school, and also he got an A in the mathematics SPM. Yeah, so if you want to ask about how he got the A, maybe you can leave a comment in there, and then you can try to ask him for more and more questions. Yeah, so that we are feel free to answer. So later we might have a Q&A section if there's a lot of comment as well. Okay, so without further ado, it's already 8:03. Okay, this is a crew member. Without further ado, so I would like to start with the first section, the big section of today, which is about inductive reasoning. So basically, by looking at reason, we know is there's a sabab, there is a cause, right? But what is inductive actually? If the students still wonder what is inductive, so I would like to introduce you our maths expert, Mr. Hasman, to tell us what is inductive reasoning. Okay, so I'll pass the mic to him, Mr. Hasman. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good. Hi,
Alright.
how are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. This inductive reasoning, we want to student to actively to reason. Means
Mm.
instead of the student um, have the feedback or have the normal
Mm.
teaching
Mm.
method, traditional ways of
Yes.
learning, means
Yes.
from the teachers imparting the knowledge, the student reason
Mm.
themselves, and they find the understanding of what the
Mm.
concept is all about. Means macam ni tau,
Mm.
cikgu-cikgu, pelajar-pelajar. Terima kasih untuk datang
Mm.
live Cikgu Azman untuk malam ni. Jadi kita
Ah,
nak
yes. Good.
ajar pelajar-pelajar ni supaya mereka boleh membuat satu reasoning supaya mereka sendiri dapat keluarkan konsep-konsep penting dalam matematik tu. Instead of dia kita ajar dia dan dia buat drill latihan melalui formula macam biasa, but now ataupun konsep tu kita terang macam biasa, then now we want them to reason, maknanya cari buat konsep tu, dia create their own understanding and dia give conjecture. Give conjecture means apa pendapat dia yang dia rasa daripada fenomena ataupun from the animation or from the software that they explore. Software or I mean the activities in the classroom. Thank you, Mr. Ismail. And we will see after this activity yang sangat fun menggunakan Geogebra, dan kita akan lihat macam mana kita nak buat inductive reasoning ni dengan berkesan untuk pelajar-pelajar. Okay?
So
Alright.
Mr. Hasman say like how to bring this inductive reasoning is going to make the student interact and also teacher to learn it how to teach right in a fun way. Yeah, good. Thank you for Mr. Hasman explaining. But I think maybe some students still confused. What is actually inductive reasoning? So with that, we also provide some tools for you to learn about it. So there is a tool called Geogebra, and then this is actually technological software, because we always learn about scientific calculator only. So there's another exciting program or software about Geogebra simulation. We would like to tell you how should we use this Geogebra and to simulate for you how is the quadratic equation in that. So before starting a session, I would like to introduce Mr. Harif again. So he's the ex-student in the Mantap Diraja Tentera, and he got an A in the mathematic SPM. So hopefully after this section, he's able to tell you how to do the Geogebra and how to learn the quadratic equation. Okay. So I would like to pass the mic. Are you here, Mr. Harif? You can unmute your mic.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
already share your screen. Yeah. So can you see that?
Alright.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. First of all, I'm very excited lah to use this Geogebra thing, because waktu saya dulu saya tak guna benda ni. So memang it is really exciting. So without further ado, I would like to show you guys how to use this Geogebra thing. So untuk pertama sekali, untuk quadratic function ni kena fikir benda ni senang. This is very simple and easy chapter untuk SPM, for the SPM student. Okay, I don't want to waste any time so that you guys can know and how to use this GeoGebra. So the first thing of quadratic function, we need to know the function of fx equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. So every letter in this equation, they have the value sendiri. They have the self value of each letters. So like A is actually the letter who will determine the graph shape. Dia yang akan jadi penentu arah kepada kita punya bentuk graph. So untuk C is the y-intercept. Dia lah pintasan y, and B dia akan digunakan dalam satu formula untuk cari symmetrical axis. So every letters have their own function and ada dia punya value di sendiri. So untuk GeoGebra ni, macam mana untuk kita senang faham guna GeoGebra ni? Okay, let's okay.
Macam ni Aflah. Okay, apa tu the value of A lah mula Okay. Cuba Aflah tengok. Alright. Cuba Aflah tengok value of A tu, kalau Aflah main-main dengan value of A, ubah tak graph quadratic tu? Okay.
So we will see if it is getting positive. Okay, kita boleh nampak kat sini dia punya graph, dia punya area of the graph is actually getting narrower. Alright. Tapi kalau kita decrease, it's getting wider, and bila kita masuk di negatif, dia akan jadi ada maximum point. Lepas tu kalau kita increase the negative value, dia akan jadi narrower juga. So macam like I said just now, A dia akan determine dia punya graph shape. Okay, let's say kalau kita gerak positif, sebenarnya dia akan, the minimum point of the graph akan appear. Okay, sama juga dengan negatif. Kalau negatif point, dia akan ada maximum point kalau dia ada negative value untuk A. So kita kena ingat kalau positif dia akan ada minimum value, which is dia akan ada
Hmm.
smiling graph shape, and kalau kita gerakkan dia ke negatif dia akan ada gloomy graph shape, dia macam muram, and it has a maximum point. Itu untuk function A.
Okay, just nak tanya pendapat Afla lah. I just want to ask your
Ah,
opinion, Afla. Okay, this
yes.
one, exploration with this GeoGebra,
Ah,
and compared to traditional ways, or maybe you are using textbook, so maknanya textbook tu a lots of image kan? So
ha.
which one better? Now is animation,
Uish.
and previously from your last time with during your school days, you are
Hmm.
using
Hmm.
a normal textbook. So how do you find GeoGebra?
Uish, Geogebra is really exciting. Like I said just now, it is very exciting. Kita boleh observe dia, kita drag je value ni, kita dah boleh tahu. Dia akan jadi narrow, dia akan jadi, kita ada minimum point. Ataupun kalau negatif ni, kita terus
Alright.
nampak dia ada maximum point. So memang depan mata kita, dia terus buat apa yang kita nak. Kalau dalam textbook
Okay.
tu, it's just like a static punya data lah. So tak
Alright.
best.
So, cuba Afla explore nilai B pula.
Okay, about
Dragging,
the
play with
B
B value. Okay.
Alright, let's say I put A as the one. Alright, kalau kita gerakkan B, kita akan nampak kat sini, dia akan ke arah negatif. Alright, dia punya paksi simetri dia akan bergerak ke sana. Meanwhile, kalau kita gerakkan dia negatif, dia akan jadi positif.
Okay.
Kita
So,
punya
what
symmetrical axis.
apa kesimpulan yang you boleh buat ataupun apa conjecture yang you boleh dapat daripada benda ni daripada segi paksi
Okay.
simetri tu, bergerak-gerak ke atau dia shifted? Thank you.
Paksi simetri ni bergerak-gerak based on the nilai B sendiri. So kita boleh nampak, okay, kalau perasan dekat GeoGebra ni, dia ada includekan line of symmetry. Kalau kita tengok kat sini, alright, kalau saya gerakkan B ni, contoh let's say I put the B as the 7, so the line of symmetry dia, tengok ni, X dia equals to negative 3.5. Meanwhile, kalau saya gerakkan dia ke arah negatif, dekat line of symmetry dia ada X equals to 2. So,
Hmm.
kalau kita gerakkan B dia ni, kita boleh tahu yang dia sebenarnya mempengaruhi kita punya apa paksi simetri dia. So, kalau dia negatif, paksi simetri kita akan
Okay.
positif. Kalau dia kita positif,
Kalau
dia akan jadi
Afla,
negatif.
kalau
Yes.
compare daripada Afla baca dulu, dia macam orang kata gambar still picture lah kan, from the textbook,
Betul.
the reference book. So
Ah,
is it you rasa macam bit difficult because last time it was no in animation, still using the textbook or reference book, adalah fakta-fakta tu dia kata kalau B shift kiri ni shift kanan, by using this animation GeoGebra from Jibomi. So what do you
yes.
think about this one? Do you think this is a game changer for Form 5 student if
Yes.
they have this technology? Right.
It is a game changer, a really huge game changer lah untuk SPM ni student sekarang. Instead of using a textbook yang memang static, kita kena faham sendiri line by lines
Alright.
for the statement that has been given in the textbook. It was
Okay.
very difficult lah sebab dia tak boleh,
Alright.
kita tak nampak macam mana dia being applied in the graph.
Okay. Alright. Okay, very good Afla. So how about the C value? Cuba Afla ubah C value pula. Thank you.
Alright, sure. So if we play the C value, okay, kalau C value, kita nampak kalau dia makin positif, dia makin ke atas. Meanwhile, kalau dia negatif, dia makin ke bawah. Alright, ini disebabkan oleh, like I said just now, the C is actually the y-intercept. Dia yang sebenarnya our y-intercept. Okay, we can see this. Okay, kalau let's say C is negative 6, and then the y-intercept dekat sini is negative 6, negative 6 too. Alright, kalau if I move it onto the positive part, then it will be the 6. It will be on the 6 on the y line. So macam tu. C ni sebenarnya y intercept. So it is very easy lah untuk kita tahu sebenarnya.
Okay.
Hmm.
Before that, Desmond, kita dah tag belum
Hmm.
apa teknologi yang kita nak bagi pada cikgu-cikgu dan student kita ni? Dah tag dah? Dah pin dah? This
Yeah, pin to the
GeoGebra. Dah pin
Geogebra.
Okay.
Yeah, in the
Pada
comment there YouTube.
adik-adik yang masuk ni adik dapat tak? Nampak tak ada pin ya pasal GeoGebra ni?
Hmm.
And all the teachers,
The
I welcome
YouTube
all the
ni.
teachers, my mentors.
Yes.
Mungkin my mentors pun ada yang masuk tengok saya
A lot
live
of
dengan Haris
actually
Aflah.
people like greeting you,
So
Mr. Hasman also. They want to say hi to
so
you.
why not you all explore? Jom kita explore nak. Adik-adik semua
Yeah,
katalah sambil
Jung. Oh,
dengar
you
audio
explore.
apa yang kita orang tengah
Hmm.
cakap ni kan. You pun boleh
Yes.
explore. This is self exploration. So it's not saying that the textbook is not good, bukan. Kita tak cakap macam tu, tetapi with the penambahbaikan ataupun there's improvisation by using technology from G Bomi. So this one is very good for you to explore, okay? Okay, Afla boleh tak scroll bawah sikit? Yang bukan yang drag slider
Sure,
tu,
sure.
yang pergi kat bawah sikit. Okay. Alright, pada cikgu-cikgu yang masuk, ketua-ketua panitia, guru-guru cemerlang, okay. So this is the way of kita change how we ask the student. Instead of teacher centered punya approach, kita guna student centered. Maknanya dengan reasoning, nampak tak? Dengan pertanyaan ni. Afla tolong scroll ke bawah sikit, Afla. Okay,
Alright.
adik-adik semua pun boleh explore adik-adik pun boleh buat aktiviti dekat sini dengan kita jawab soalan-soalan dalam ni. Nampak? What does the graph looks like when A is positive? Okay, how did changing the value of B affect the graph? Okay, so adik boleh jawab sendiri. Maybe adik cakap, okay, axis of symmetry shifted ke kanan, ke kiri. So this is the self exploration that all the SPM student 2022 and also 2000 this one, okay, on the field of
23.
picture, and for the teachers as well. Teknologi ni Jibomi yang dah dibuat oleh kumpulan Jibomi, bawah Geogebra specialist kami Fatimah. Dia dah code dah untuk adik. Ataupun untuk cikgu-cikgu. Pakai je adik. Cikgu-cikgu boleh pakai je untuk dalam kelas tahu, untuk membantu. Okey, kalau katakan cikgu-cikgu rasa nak guna benda ni jadi teacher centered pun boleh. Maknanya mungkin ada projector, project Jibomi is a modular punya penyelesaian untuk anda. Nak jadi teacher centered, just project by using a projector. Kalau nak buat student centered approach, mungkin bawa ke makmal komputer dan biar dia orang explore sendiri. So it can be both ways. Okay, thank you Afla. Before that, kita nak tengok dulu Afla, kalau nilai B negatif, macam mana, shifted ke mana dan sebagainya. Okay, dan cuba kalau Afla lihat, kalau B tu positif, drag, dia ke mana pula? Thank you Afla. When B negatif.
When
So
B
the
is
student
negative.
also like to inject to Awan Biru. You can also see the link in the comment there, in the starting in the YouTube. So if you want to explore the software, you can explore as well to all the teachers and all the students. You can click on the link and then to see what Harif Adlan is experienced now. Yeah. So you can click on the link to see more detail. Yeah. So I give the mic back to Harif.
Alright. So
Yeah.
as we can see, macam tadi B bila kita gerakkan dia ke negatif, and then the symmetrical axis dia akan jadi ke arah positif. Meanwhile kalau kita gerakkan dia ke positif, and then the symmetrical line dia akan jadi negatif. This is why kenapa boleh jadi macam ni. Actually dia ada formula dia sendiri. Dia ada negative B over 2A. We can determine on how to find the symmetrical axis. So kalau macam contoh kan, kalau kita guna otak kita sendiri pun, let's say kenapa kita gerakkan B tu, kalau the value dia is positive, the symmetrical axis dia akan jadi negatif. Sebab kalau kita kalau kita guna formula negative B over 2A, then if we replace the value for the B, contoh kalau kita ada 9 kat sini, and kalau kita replace dalam formula tu, dia akan jadi negative 9 over 2 times 1. So that's why dia akan jadi negatif, sebab negative 9 negative 9 tu dia akan bahagikan dengan 2. That's why dia akan jadi negatif. So based on that formula, that's why the symmetrical axis dia akan jadi negatif. Meanwhile kalau kita gerakkan dia ke negatif, kenapa di symmetrical line dia ada dekat positif? kalau guna formula tu negatif jumpa negatif darab dengan negatif darab dengan negatif 4/2a. Kalau negatif darab dengan negatif dia akan jadi positif, right? So automatically the symmetrical line dia akan dekat positive line. So macam tu, that's how
So
we
yang apa yang Afla tengah buat ni sebenarnya Afla hubung kaitkan semua mathematical concept yang Afla dah belajar through
betul,
Geogebra ni,
yes.
dan apa and relate juga dengan equation. So cikgu Amimah also did very well during RMC punya tu untuk bantu kamu. Cikgu Azman pun sempat sikit lah kamu form 5 separuh bulan, separuh tahun Okay, alright Afla, this is all this one. Okay, okay, cuba apa conjecture ataupun kesimpulan yang Afla boleh buat kalau daripada nilai C tadi, kalau maknanya kalau Afla shift ke kanan lah nilai C tu, maknanya nilai C makin besar lah kan. So adakah y-intercept makin besar atau makin kecil? Saja nak we play with conjecture ataupun kesimpulan. Cuba tengok.
Alright. So untuk kita tengok dulu kan macam mana C ni bergerak. Okay, sebenarnya dia punya area dia akan jadi, kenapa dia akan, okay let's say kalau saya gerakkan increasekan the value, kenapa kita nampak macam dia narrow. Okay, sebenarnya actually graph ni dia naik ke atas sebab apa? Y-intercept dia makin ke atas. Meanwhile kalau kita nampak kenapa macam dia makin besar, sebab dia tarik the graph ke bawah, which is apa, sebenarnya line dia punya area dia, the area of the graph actually is the same, but because of the y-intercept dia akan nampak graph dia wider kalau kita letak dekat negatif sebab dia tarik graph tu ke bawah. Tapi dia sama je. So macam ni, negative 7 we can see sebenarnya line apa dia punya y-intercept dia dekat sini. Dia punya tengok ni, kalau garisan graph tu bertemu dengan apa paksi y, okay, dekat negative 7 dia punya pertemuan dia. So sama juga macam negative 3, tengok dia bentuk dekat negative 3. Sama juga dekat negative 4, dia kena dekat line negative 4. So that's how we know macam itu kesimpulan untuk C, itulah macam mana kita shiftedkan dia. Alright.
Okay, thank you very much Afla. Alright Afla, kita cuba scroll ke atas sikit, right, of this. Okay. Okay, Afla, can you go to the yang part dalam yang kita bagi ni, yang part graphing tu, maknanya macam kita lukis graph bawah tu, graph.
This one, graph of quadratic function.
Okay. Alright. Okay, pada cikgu-cikgu, guru cemerlang, guru-guru, all the lecturers, so kita ada satu part dalam this Jibomi punya part ni. Okay, Geogebra ni Jibomi lah, group Jibomi ni innovation group kami. Kita ada juga part sketch. Jadi apa yang cikgu-cikgu ataupun pelajar boleh buat adalah kita boleh tengok untuk pantau pelajar sketching. Sketching ni penting tau. Sebab apa? Baru kita tahu graf kita tu betul ke tak betul kan. Okay Afla, cuba buka ruler tu. Ada ruler tu. Ada ruler tu. This is a very good innovation Alright. Okay. Lepas tu keluarkan pen. Afla keluarkan pen.
Alright. So this one, kalau kita drag and then
okay,
ada
dah.
straight line.
Afla cuba buat part C. Pusingkan apa pembaris tu. Alright. Okay. Ada kat tepi tu kan. Boleh pusingkan lah. Okay. Alright. Jadi cikgu-cikgu, guru cemerlang guru-guru, ketua panitia semua boleh suggest pada ahli-ahli panitia yang lain untuk fostering lah, maknanya untuk galakkan ahli-ahli panitia, galakkan anak-anak murid semua explore software ni. Link untuk ni pun kami dapin kan apa Desmond
Yes.
Dapin Okay, so ni free. This one is
Hmm.
free for you all. Maknanya tak ada bayaran pun. You all boleh pakai teknologi ni. Kita create untuk you all. Sebab kita nak you all sentiasa apa orang kata tu, cintakan teknologi, guna teknologi supaya anak-anak muda kita sekarang ni happy bila belajar kan. Oh, dia memang ni lah kan. So nampak tak kat sini kita boleh graphing. Contoh tak apalah kan, 2x squared plus 8x. Tapi tak kisah kalau betul ke salah ke, the students is okay. Maknanya dia ada effort untuk dia buat benda ni. So nanti dia akan graphing. So kalau tak apa Afla cuba buat je apa this one Afla. Just Afla cuba lakarkan saja. Tak apa lakar, tak kisah. Just lakar je. Okay. Right. Lakar je apa-apa pun. Tak apa. Buat so tak apa, it's okay. Macam ni pun it's okay. Kalau dia nak tunjuk yang this software is very dynamic, it's open source and very dah free untuk bantu cikgu-cikgu untuk tengok sama ada cikgu-cikgu punya anak murid buat benda ni dengan betul atau tidak. And then one more thing, the best part of this Geogebra, okay, kita boleh jadikan benda ni hybrid tau. Mana tahu lepas ni kalau cikgu-cikgu, okay, I want to do online class because I want to nak tambah lagi, nak buat teknik menjawab ke untuk pelajar-pelajar cikgu. Yes, you can use this software. So this is very good because kita tak nak tunjuk still image, just gambar yang biasa je. So this one is very dynamic. The student also will use. Ni kan, okay. So adik-adik semua, ni apa Cikgu Azman nak bagi galakan lah kepada adik-adik tu untuk gunakan software Geogebra ni. Walaupun kita cover lesson pembelajaran hari ni satu je, iaitu graphing quadratic equation, but I tell you what, this one will be a game changer to you all dan ilmu yang adik belajar akan melekat. Why? Because adik nampak sendiri animation. Okay, dah buat hari tu dengan G-Bobby punya solution ni kan. Oh, gerak nilai C ke kanan. Afla, pergi sekejap dekat yang apa tadi, yang part A. Okay. Okay, adik-adik semua dapat buat conjecture ataupun adik buat dapat kesimpulan adik sendiri. Alamak, jatuh pula air punya jabat. Sekejap Alright,
Too excited today.
Excited.
What is the next part? I want to see
semua, adik-adik semua apa dapat buat kesimpulan adik-adik sini. Nampak? Bila adik play benda ni pun dia nampak macam mana flowy tau benda quadratic equation ni so it's very good for you tau. So adik-adik guna, kita dah pin dekat ruangan komen, sijil pun dapat isi untuk hari ni punya kehadiran.
Yes, remember to click the link also.
Click the link, ada dapat sijil tau. Nanti mana tahu. Okay, tengok dah belajar quadratic equation kan, boleh membantu adik-adik. Alright, so now I think we finish already with the inductive reasoning part. So hari ni kita nak share pula knowledge yang berkaitan macam mana nak proper way. Mr. Desmond akan take over after this. Alright.
Yeah, sure. So thank you, Harif. Thank you, Mr. Hasman.
Thank you, Ariz. Thank you, Ariz.
Yeah. So I remove first and then I put in my slide first. Let me see my slide. Okay, so come back to my slide. So that's after we learn about how is inductive reasoning and also the Geogebra software, because we want to learn about what is actually inductive reasoning for the teachers to teach when they're teaching the quadratic equation, they find it very difficult, right? So Geogebra or this software is actually a very good platform for the teachers to give the time for the student to explore a bit, because some of them cannot imagine, and we need this thing to let them to imagine and to understand better. So somehow they are not just memorizing the graph, and then is need to also know how to do. Okay, so after my part, right, is explaining the quadratic equation. That's my section. So basically, just to introduce me, for those of you just joining, so I'm Mr. Desmond Tam. So basically, I'm experienced teachers and also the SPM marker. So okay to produce the fun and meaningful mathematics learning. So because we always find that the students are bored when they're learning about the graph, so we try to think of a way to let the student to think better to how to learn in a fun way. Okay, so that's why we spend the time for today. I know today is Saturday, everyone is want to go out, but please stay with us to learn more about what is the quadratic function. So in this lesson, this part you will learn about how to sketch the graph with the quadratic function. So this just an example, I got it from the textbook as well. Basically, this is the equation. Whenever you see the equation, right, sometimes we are confused which step to start first. Okay, like with the Geogebra, of course, we can imagine how is the graph look like, but we also need this to do this happening, because we want to solve the question as well. So the first part usually I suggest students to do is to imagine the correct shape of the graph. So if you can see this question, there's A, B, C, right? Because just now, whenever just to test you all, Miss Harif also, Aflan also adjust the slider, right? You can see that when the A is always bigger than 0, the shape is a smile face, okay? Which is what your teacher always asks you to put a smile whenever it's bigger than 0. But when it's oppositely is smaller than 0, which is a set face. Okay, so at least this is the first thing that we need to know. Then afterwards, we know the shape, then only we identify the y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept, which is on the proxy y or the y-axis, right? So that is the point that whenever the graph, right, is touching. So if you can see from a graph here, it's located at this point. So that is the y-intercept. And then the next part is going to do with the x-intercept. So x-intercept is whereby it touches the x-axis. Okay, so there's the x-intercept. So sometimes it got 2, sometimes it got 0, and sometimes it got nothing. So that's why we need to explore it through the GeoGebra and to understand. Sometimes it will have 2 points. Like for this question, it got 2 points. But later on, you may see the example, it got only 1 point or maybe 0 point on that. So which we discover more through the GeoGebra as well. So come back to this question. Whenever we're doing this equation, right, we are also want to explore about what is meant by the smile shape because of the bigger than 0. So the A is 1 is bigger than 0. So that's why it's a smile face. And then the second part is y-intercept is 3 because of the question is plus 3. So that's why it's intercept at point number 3 and then it's 0, 3. And then last one will be the x-intercept, which means that whenever it touch the x-axis, what will be the point? Okay, what will be the point? So if you see the simulation also, you can see that whenever you drag the C value, you will always have the x-intercept or so-called touches the x-axis. So in this question is 1 and 3. So if we see the next example, right, which is a slightly different. Okay, how is it different? I want to see the first one is a smile face, right? But whenever we see the second one is a sad face. So we want to see what is different. How come we got suddenly a smile and sad face? Because of the A value, because the A is smaller than 0, it's -1 some more. So it's a sad face. And then everything else will change because the position will change as well. So we need to see the shape first before we draw the other thing. So important thing, I need to repeat twice or 2 times, is basically to know the correct shape first, that only do the second part, which is the y-intercept and x-intercept. Then y-intercept is whereby it touches the y-axis. So it tekan dia balang dengan paksi y. So if you see jago-jago semua di sini is -9, that is the y-intercept. And the last one is x-intercept. So by using the factorized method, actually in the GeoGebra also the second part of it, a student can solve the quadratic equation and factorize it. So this is the good thing about GeoGebra, and then we always want to emphasize the good thing for the student and the teachers as well. So this question is x equal to 3, and then it's only touched at 1 point. Okay, why? Because in the quadratic equation, when we solve it, we will get the same answer. So it means that it actually has the 1 root only. And then the example 3, okay, it's still the same smile face as well because of the A is bigger than 0. Then that's why it's a smile face. And then also the y-intercept. The y-intercept is equal to 1. So in this question is, you can see the y-axis, right? It touches at here 1. So that is the important point for the student to remember as well. And then the axis of symmetry. Okay, so axis of symmetry, actually you can see from just now the question, whenever they tell you the purple color, what is the vertical line. So for this question, they are yang garis sando. Okay, so garis tu yang axis symmetry is basically the y-axis for this question. So whenever they plot, let's say if the additional question asks you to plot 2 points to the left and right hand side, you can find out that whenever you touch the 2, you have 5. And then also whenever you touch the -2, you got 5 as well. So that is the difference on that. Okay. And then lastly, also we see the minimum point. Okay. The lowest point of it is 0, 1. So by looking at this few example, right, using the GeoGebra itself, we able to visualize what happened is that, and then the whole process is quite hard to a student, especially the weak student. So hopefully by this GeoGebra also, we try to bring the student to explore as well. So all the student and all the teachers, if you find that is interesting, you may explore more on the link as actually as well. Okay, so there's a lot of example there, and hopefully you can build more and more question if there's a good feedback from the teachers and the student as well. So we really hope that you can spend your time and ask the student and friends just to take it over and try to explore and what is the simulation on that tree. So these are basically the three example of it. Yeah. So after this section, so I'm done with this section, and then after this section, we would like to see if the comment first of the students. So basically, they can say that the teachers and the student is feel it very interactive because they can see a lot of movement here and there. So because students also like visual, so they like to move it, drag it here and there to imagine how could it happen on that. So that's the majority of things why the student why we want to do why you want to spend so much time to do all this, because you hopefully student can enjoy while they're learning maths as well, because I know maths might be some harder question for them as well. Okay, so Man, do you want we go for the Q&A section, or we just go to the closing? What do you think?
Okay, if the
Mm,
in our comment session, if we got someone want to ask everything, maybe you can highlight what the question that what they want
sure,
to ask.
sure, sure.
Uh,
Yeah, got one question
uh,
also from the student. They say is the pin one. They say how to click in the link. So remember, for student and teacher, you may click in the pin. Then there is a YouTube also the link where they can
I
explore
also
the GeoGebra as well.
in the
Yeah.
chat in the chat section also I in the chat
Hmm.
section also I give already the link of the GeoGebra. But can
Hmm.
you send the cert link in the comment section as well? Uh,
Comment
just
section.
yeah,
Can
the
I
card.
try to send it?
Okay. All right. The
Okay.
Q&A is just a simple one. Okay. Afla. Okay. First of all, cikgu nak ucap tahniah lah for you to get A in the SPM mathematics. Very well done.
Thank
But
you
is
so
it okay
much.
if you want to share with us your mungkin ada petua ke macam mana nak score math ni sebenarnya? Dia ada paper
Oh,
1, ada paper 2, ada part A, B, C, D. So
Yes.
we want to just like 5 or 10 minutes like that only. And then we can
alright,
go.
sure.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, I have the study tips for mathematics before entering the examination hall, during the exam, and after exam
Hmm.
tips too. Alright, first of all, for the study tips for mathematics, this is a common tips lah kan. Do a lot of practices. So basically, practices in mathematics is very important as a student. Sebab matematik ni we need to apply the thing that we have learned. Dia bukannya kita baca theories and then we can apply it on the exam. Tak, it is not work like that. Dia kena buat practice. And then this is the most important thing. Don't be influenced by your friend easily if they are not doing the exercises, especially the clever student. Kalau clever student tu, let's say lah dia punya grade, dia memang consistent from the early examination until the finishing line, jangan ikut dia. Kalau dia tak buat exercise, don't follow him, don't follow her. You need to have your determination on mathematics. So kalau pasal exercises ni untuk matematik, kena je buat. And then focus on the teachers when they are teaching. So in order to get blessed and not being left and apa behind from the others, make sure focus lah waktu cikgu ajar. Teachers when they are giving their lecture, their lesson, you need to follow them. That's how that's how you score in the SPM or any exams yang you will sit lah. And then for the last minute student, please study and use the last minute thing properly. Kalau okay lah, untuk saya pun sebenarnya I'm a last minute student, bukannya a proper student yang nak study awal-awal and then um,
Hmm.
nak put a lot of efforts earlier and then score SPM. Tak, saya jenis yang memang last minute. Saya memang akan last minute and then I will like rush, do some exercises before the SPM and then score. Dia memang macam tu. Kalau if you know yourself and then you can go for it. Kalau tak boleh, jangan paksa macam tu. Kalau rasa macam orang lain tu last minute student, jangan follow dia. Kalau rasa diri tu bukan last minute student. That's the tips for the mathematics. So, for before entering the examination hall, that's all for the mathematics tips tau. Untuk like as a usual student, untuk mathematics student. So untuk before the entering the examination hall pula, don't feel nervous, jangan rasa gelabah, jangan rasa macam yang rasa tak boleh buat. Don't feel and plus don't feel overconfident on mathematics, because you cannot expect what will they apa
Hmm.
bagi on the SPM.
Hmm.
So plus don't revise what you have studied. Betul-betul before examination, before masuk exam tu, jangan revise apa yang dah study.
Thank you.
Takut
Yes.
gelabah,
Very good.
takut-takut. Lagi dia
Yes.
buat nervous.
Hmm.
Sebab macam
Okay.
kita fikir SPM level kan, yang betul-betul SPM level ni. Jangan revise balik. Nanti dia lagi rasa macam nervous, takut tak boleh score. Lepas tu apa, takut tak boleh score je. That's why jangan revise balik lah. Lepas tu before entering the examination hall juga, relax yourself. Kena
Okay.
relax.
Alright.
Tenangkan diri.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you Afla. Thank you very much. Okay. So Cikgu Hazman akan explain sikit tips untuk follower Cikgu Hazman, follower our YouTube channel. Okay. Tips sikit lah untuk you all score SPM. Alright. This pengalaman Cikgu Hazman from RMC. Cikgu Hazman ajar sikit tips Alright. SPM ada dua part. Paper 1 dengan paper 2. Mostly of the paper 1, 80% daripada PT3. 80%. Sebab saya pun dah sit for the SPM SPM tahun lepas Cikgu Azman sit, bayar jadi calon mengulang. Calon mengulang. And 80% of the question is PT3. So, you dah boleh drill lah daripada sekarang. Tu tips yang pertama. Kebanyakan pelajar, dia tak akan buat, tak border langsung untuk drill for paper 1. Tetapi kalau you tak drill, you akan lupa. Okay, score you dah boleh buat drill untuk paper 1. Okay, now fasa apa yang you kena buat sekarang adalah every topical punya question you kena buat sekarang. Maknanya the topical side you kena settle. Macam contoh sekarang form 5. Apa dia? Trigonometry contoh You are now in the trigonometry. You have to strengthen your punya part on the topical first. Not go the overall picture dulu. Okay? And then mana yang you masa form 4 mungkin honeymoon lah Kebanyakan kalau form 4 satu Malaysia ni dia kata honeymoon year lah form 4 kan. So mana yang lopang? Macam form 4 contoh number basis. You go back, you look at the concept yang mana you tertinggal dulu, belajar balik, strengthen on your topical first. You strengthen on your topical first. Okay, dah nak masuk bulan 10, when you want to go at bulan 10 kan, lepas tu you dah boleh drill soalan-soalan trial. Ada tu fasa dia. Tapi strengthenkan you punya topical dulu. Sebab kalau you topical you tak strong, I tell you what, in the mathematics you cannot interrelate the concepts. Okay, so that's my advice to you. Strengthen your topical first. Okay, insurance form 5 kan, buat insurance. Okay, I want to strengthen the topical first. Okay, buat the topical first Okay, form 4 dekat mana bab yang masa form 4 tu? Bab form 4 apa yang susah? Let's say network theory and graph. So you kuatkan you punya tu dulu. Then you go for overall. Maknanya overall tu based on the formative exam. Mungkin trial paper, you drill trial paper, you drill 8 set of trial negeri punya paper. I tell you what, you'll be good. You'll be good in SPM. InsyaAllah A is in your hand already. But if you want to get A+, you have to push for perfection. Means what? Means you have to drill, and also if there is a mistake, you have to look back what's your mistakes, and then ada satu lagi guys, part C dalam SPM now is problem solving. Part C So Cikgu Azman bukan berhasrat nak to talk about further dalam formatting, tapi I tell you what, part C dia adalah problem solving. So what you do now is you drill the part C formative question and try to relate the concept on the problem solving steps. Okay, One of it is a Polya methods. Okay, so adik cuba YouTube, tengok YouTube, what is Polya on the problem solving step. Apa step-step dia? So you try to use it in your part C punya question. So dia adalah a bit of problem solving. Penyelesaian masalah. Adik-adik, memanglah kalau adik-adik nak dapat A+, so bila adik tengok bahagian C tu panjang kan soalan dia, adik dah mula give up. Tak boleh dah macam tu. Adik kalau nak dapat A+, you have to work on it. Kena solve the problem, kena crack the problem. Tapi Cikgu Azman doakan adik-adik yang tengok live YouTube kami, Desmond dengan Haris Aflah pada hari ini, sentiasa bersemangat nak dapat A+. Sentiasa ada keinginan. Dan cikgu-cikgu yang masuk, terima kasih cikgu-cikgu. Mungkin ada Cikgu Hazman punya cikgu dulu yang masuk. Thank you very much and berminat nak belajar pasal teknologi. And then dekat ruangan komen pun cikgu dah bagi freely lah from Jibomi. Jibomi dia consists of 5, Desmond, saya, Fatimah, Amadib and Manwin. Okay, so this one this one is our team member yang buat innovation ni untuk you all, untuk cikgu-cikgu semua. Boleh pakai. Cikgu boleh pakai, boleh play, boleh drag. Kalau ada tuition ke, ada buat kan, cikgu kan ada buat part time tuition online ke apa kan. You can use the technology. By all means, this is orang kata pahala yang berterusan lah untuk kami cuba untuk beri untuk kami cari pahala ni dan kami berikan kepada cikgu semua, dan kami berharap agar cikgu-cikgu sentiasa ada keinginan to foster teknologi, nak guna teknologi dalam kelas. Tak ada alasan, maknanya tak nak guna alasan, tak nak buat, tak ada komputer. No, kita nak all the teachers positively mind, all the students also positive untuk menggunakan teknologi. Okay, that's from me, Desmond. Thank you very much, Arif Hafla. Thank you my team Jibomi and Soul Engineer. Left is Jibomi, right is Soul Engineer yang bersemangat hari ni for the sharing. Okay, Desmond, back to you.
We thanks for all the hosts and all the things to make it happen. Also, we thanks for Mr. Hasman to spending time with us, and also Mr. Aflan to spend time with us. But at the end, as what Mr. Hasman has also already conclude that we hopefully by this introduction of that, we let all the teachers and also students to know how we can roughly use the technology such as Jibomi or the whatever Geogebra is, that we hopefully the student can learn anything as well. So in that sense, if you can see the pin point there is the pin comment there is a Geogebra for you to explore as well as the attendance link as well. So for students and the teachers, we want to get the link for the free e-certificate. You may click in the link to tell us how is the comment, and then how is the feedback for that. We welcome all of your comments also. And then I see a lot of exciting also the comment over here is that some of the teachers say, soalan SPM tahun lepas adalah di luar jangkaan, keputusan di luar jangkaan juga. I see a lot of not expected things can be happen. But as an educator also, what we can do is that try to give students more kind of question rather than just do the passive question, because some of the time they want us to think outside the box. So that's why there's a lot of new model is explaining. So sometimes if it's relevant also, I'll give the student to do some of the passive question from other country which is relevant to the topic as well. Because quite often of time when we're doing one country passive question, we found out that there's only one direction to solve it. But maybe in another country, they use different approach to it. That's why we need to introduce this inductive reasoning also for the teachers, for the student to learn the simulation of quadratic equation. Because sometimes in the exam question, it might be not just ask you to sketch a graph, but maybe they ask you to comment or ask you to think when they're dragging the ABC. So sometimes the student not sure how to do it. So we hope that by this section also, the student can have more exposure and have more like chances to see different kind of question. How is it going to be from different perspective? I think that's what we want to do for learning as well, not just study from the books, but also to explore more on what is the possibility of this quadratic equation. So I would like to thank once again, I would like to thank the crew for making it happen. Mr. Mazmin, Miss Fatima, Amadi, Yinsia, Mahesh, and Dujan, they work relentlessly to make it happen also. So we want to thanks for them for that. Okay, so now it's 8:50 only. Wow, it's been like for more than 50 minutes. We have discussed about how to do the inductive reasoning, how we can do the technological software, and also the question relevant to the textbook. And also, lastly, remember is the SPM tips on that. Because the teachers and the student also tell you how you should score it. Because now the question is quite different, right? I know compared to 5 years ago, because of this KSS and also a lot of things, especially pandemics, also happen. So we hopefully by tonight's section, then students and teachers will gain a bit from this what we're doing, the free online seminar for that. Yeah. So I see a lot of comments also. Wow, they still want to learn more. Thanks all of you to want to learn more on that. We hopefully next time if we got the good feedback, we will have another section as well. Yeah. So now, Mr. Husband, do you have something to add on?
I think it's all about it.
Mm, mm,
I think we hope that someday that we can have a second round lah. Macam yang diorang tu
yeah,
mana tahu Dr. Syaril kata can make a second round ke apa, tak apa, we will look into it. We will look into the suggestion
sure, sure,
and
sure, no problem.
hopefully all the student and all the teachers enjoyed the session, and all the motivation words, all the tips that Haris Safla gave just now, all the tips of SPM, you have to work on your paper one as well, because some of us just paper one masuk just apa tak study pun for the paper one. So use all this advice and you score for A plus for
Yeah,
SPM. Okay. Right.
yeah. I think that's makes it possible. Okay, so wow, still got a view of 38, and also I can see my Facebook, and then also some of the posts that teachers still want to learn more on that. So hopefully by the end of section, we allow them to learn more, not just about technology, but also inspire other teachers to share as well. Yeah. So just want to give a wrap on this one. So thank you all for coming to today's section. We hopefully will see you next time again for this. Yeah, I can see some of my school teachers also they comment on that. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you, so sweet on that. So we thanks to Mr. Hasman for making that happen, and also Aflan also for coming to spend time with us in these 15 minutes. Hopefully you are not all of you tired for this Saturday round. And then I would like to close on this broadcast on that. So maybe I'll just take a photo, a screenshot and photo on this. Look at the screen, yeah. Okay, so everyone, you look at the screen with the lights also. Okay, take a photo. Okay, I take a photo already. Okay, so thank you all that to hanging happen. So we would like to end the broadcast today, yeah. Thank you. Bye bye to all. Maybe Harif can, Flan can unmute your mic to bye bye to all as well. Bye bye.
Right, bye
Hasman
bye.
also.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining.
Bye bye. Hasman, you can unmute also. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
I end podcast already. Yeah. Wait, haven't end yet.